Hi, everybody, and welcome. Today, what I'm going to do is walk through some of the updates to the learning plan database and the search engine that goes along with it. We have new features such as an edit process where you can edit your descriptions and any other content that's associated with your learning plan when you enter it into the database. So that is now available. We also have a new approval process. So it makes things a little bit more streamlined, cleans some things up, also sends some notifications to some very important people, such as yourself. So without further ado, here we go for the tutorial on the learning plan database updates. All right, so right off the bat, nothing really new here in the way of layout or functionality of the search engine. Search engine still works the same way. So the search at the top, you can still search by grade, department, subject, course, keywords, standards, and contributors. That has not changed. What has changed, however, is there is a new field down here that you're able to edit and approve learning plans. So the edit process is for anybody in that approval process timeline. And then the approve button is for CLT members and for administrators, supporting administrators who are also assigned to check over the learning plans. So and the one thing that I did want to point out is that the form that is now down below has a couple extra steps to it, but it's going to clean up and allow us to make this process a lot more seamless. And we're going to check out this full form right here. We have the EYSD Learning Plan Submission form. So we have it embedded on the page, or you can open it up as a separate form. If we go down through, first off, it's going to ask you for your email. I know that it's a pain just typing it out, but what this does is allow for notifications of the approval process. So as your learning plan gets approved and as it's approved by administrators and posted to the learning continuum, you'll get updates along the way. We go through, I'm just going to do a sample one real quick. So we're just spanning the grades. Let's say it's math. Course, just skip keywords, math, standards. Let's just say it's 1.1.1.1.1.A, something like that. And then math things. Okay, great. All right. Paste your paste the shared link to the learning plan. I'm just going to go ahead and type in google.com, but you would paste your learning plan link in here. That's one of the most important parts. Contributors, and we'll just go ahead and say me. All right. This is part of a new step. So what you would put in here right now, as you are filling it out, even if you are the subject area coordinator, please put in the subject area coordinator for approval. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that I am the subject area coordinator, but you would put in your subject area coordinator for your department. And then what that does is gives them a notification that says, hey, we have a new learning plan. I'll show you what those emails look like. But here's a new learning plan that's ready for approval. Here's the direct link to edit it. And here's the link to approve it. And then I'll show you where to get those links as well from the database. We actually put it on there as well. Then you don't have to do anything else. The next section is for subject area coordinators only. So you stop at this step right here when you're first initially putting in your learning plan. So really, from your standpoint, the only two things that are new here is that you are putting in an email, your email, and you're putting in your subject area coordinator's email down here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and submit. And there it is submitted. And you can actually edit your response right here, and that updates the database as well. However, I wanted to show you. Okay, so once you go back to the learning plan database and start typing in, so here I'm just typing in this 1.1.1.1.1. I know that was the standard. I searched for it. Here is the exact one that I just entered. So nothing has really changed, again, as the layout looks, except for this button right here, this edit/approve button. And if I click on this, say that I didn't want math things to show up here, or I didn't put in a keyword right. I can actually go in here and click on edit/approve. It's going to open up the pre-filled form with all that information that you already entered. Say that it wasn't for kindergarten. I had to change that. And keywords, let's go math, counting 1-to-1 correspondence. Okay. And then that was it. So then you can go back down, press submit again, and then it will automatically update in the database. So if we head back to the database and refresh our page, okay, right there, it has now updated the keywords to that exact learning plan. So now we have an edit process that you can go in and edit. You don't have to ask me anymore. You don't have to ask a subject area coordinator to change or update anything. You could actually go in and update the descriptions, the keywords, everything about this submission into the learning plan database. Now, what do you get as an email? So if I head over to my email, right here are my two emails that I just received. One is a subject area coordinator and one as the teacher who submitted the learning plan. So if I click on the one that says learning plan submitted successfully, what it will do is say, thank you for submitting your learning plan. The plan details have been forwarded onto your subject area coordinator for approval. Once they've had a chance to review your plan and make any suggestions, they will have the option to approve your plan. And then it gives me a little snapshot of what I entered. So if you notice any errors or discrepancies, boom, right down here, this direct link goes back to the form where you can edit this. So we, again, streamline the process as much as we can. If I head back and go to the subject area coordinator one, now as the subject area coordinator, you receive an email that says a user with the email, and then you can see which teacher submitted it, has submitted a learning plan for approval. And here that you get a snapshot again, and right here, you can click on the link below to mark as in review or approved. So once you're ready to start working on the learning plan with them and start reviewing it, if we head to the form, you get the same exact form as the subject area coordinator as the original submitting teacher. So if I head down here, you'll see all the information that's there. You can update any of the descriptions that you want. But right here is where you would pick up as a subject area coordinator. Who is your supporting administrator? So if I click on here, I can go down and Mr. Freed let's say Mr. Freed is my supporting administrator. I click on him, and then I head down to subject area coordinator approval, and I can mark as in review, and I go through the process of reviewing the learning plan, making any corrections, talking with the teacher who submitted it, and once it's good to go, I would come back here and click on approve. So when I click on the approve button and then go down to submit, now it has moved on to the next stage of the approval process. The building administrator will now get an email. So Mr. Freed, if you're watching, you just got an email from me that will say, hey, it's been approved by the subject area coordinator. Here's the direct link. Please check this out and then approve. And then once that's approved, it can be added to the learning plan continuum or the continuum of learning. Okay, so I went back to my email, and if I check this out, we have learning plan status approved by subject area coordinator. So this is back to me being the original teacher who submitted it. If I click on it, it says the learning plan listed below has been reviewed and approved by your subject area coordinator and has been forwarded onto your building principal. It should say supporting principal or supporting administrator for final approval. It gives a snapshot. It says if you need to make any changes, here they are. And then ultimately what will happen is once Mr. Freed would approve that learning plan, I would get one more additional email as the original teacher and an additional email as a subject area coordinator. So every part of the process is now sort of available for you to see what stage your learning plan is being approved. And I think that's really neat because you actually get to see the fruits of your labor as subject area coordinator approves it. And then as the building administrator approves it, then it's finally approved for everyone. But again, you can always access your form that's individually linked to your learning plan by going to the instructional portal and clicking on your learning plan from the database, but edit and approve. So we have the edit and approve options that are now available for any new learning plans. So that has been the update for the learning plan database. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.